Hit that like button, just like Tyson.
Worry. Don't
What's that
worry.
word, family? Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the show, man. Y'all know what we doing. We applying pressure to all fake media and all fake black media, all political figures, and anything else that want to get in our way. Now, look, man. Y'all see my homeboy Trey out here. He ain't playing no games. He look like he's ready to go into guerrilla warfare mode. You know what I'm saying?
He's
It looking nutty.
already.
It looking nutty. Nutty's in the tent. Y'all niggas need to go have lunch, man. He's sitting in the tent, and you got the gear, you got the army gear. What you got right now on?
What I got on me?
Yeah.
I got the AR-15 loaded, one in the chamber, chamber in 5.56, and I got my 9mm Glock on my side. Got the extendo mag in my pocket, bulletproof vest, bulletproof mask, and all that.
This man just said he got a bulletproof mask, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh man.
A mask. You know what I'm saying? It looks scary.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to bump into that thing in the dark alley.
Yeah.
Hey man. Hey, y'all brothers, yeah, I really appreciate y'all coming to the show, man, letting people know what's going on. Now, Trey, I just saw you about, 2 weeks ago? You were standing on the corner doing exactly this. Now, what are you doing?
I'm out here trying to show people that even though I look extreme, this is perfectly legal, and everybody should be doing it, including the good people, because you can be a good person with your good sweetheart and still let opposition know that if your life is in danger, you're going to fight back. And that's all I be trying to tell people. You got the right to fight back. You don't got to lay down for nobody.
Hold that sign up, bro. Let me see that. Okay.
Yeah, so it say hug an AR on it, and I try to let people know I'm out here like this, but you can get close enough to hug me. I ain't going to hurt nobody. Only people that got to worry about me is bad people that think that they can hurt people and get away with it. I'm out here to say you're not going to get away with it. That's all.
Right. You know what they say, man? They say that the thing that stops a bad person with a gun is a good person with a gun.
Look at that, 5-0, 5-0. He ain't gonna say shit too because he know that he's supposed to die for my right to do this. He can't be the problem. He better not never be the problem. I do this all the time. They don't even stop. They ride past and then they do the salute. Sometimes they give me the surfer boy fucking wave. Man, they don't even be worried about me no more, bro. Numbing their ass.
That was great. That was great that they came through on the perfect time. Ooh, how about that? Perfect time. So
Hey, you see that? Hey, you can do this. This is perfectly legal.
And black folks shouldn't be scared to do it, thinking that all these cops are just looking to kill a nigga. Some of them out here doing that shit. I don't think we got that much to worry about. I think they want us to be scared so we stay out of this kind of a frame of mind. They want us to be scared. That's why they keep showing us all that shit. And it's out there. It's out there. But man, I done did this shit so many times, man, and got so many positive responses. These cops don't want to hurt me.
Hey, so do people actually walk up and hug an AR?
Oh yeah, yeah. And sometimes it be some pretty girls, and sometimes my girl be like, "You hugged her too long, nigga. When you gonna let go?"
Trey, I got one thing wrong with what you just said. It brings me to my first story.
Okay.
Now, this is on the news right now. We got a black shop owner that was arrested for killing a white burglar that broke into his cannabis store. Now, look, they charged this black shop owner with first-degree murder. Now, that blew my mind when I heard that. I said, first-degree murder? Wow. White people get away with actually killing black people that they think are about to break into their house. We just had an incident out here in Cedar Rapids of something just like that. Now, look, man, the reason why the prosecutor said that he wanted to charge the black man is because his cannabis license was expired. So and I was like, damn, that even though his license is expired, he's inside of his own business.
Right. And that's crazy. Cause I tell you how fucked up that is. If he ain't gonna charge him about the weed, about his license being expired, then he barking up the wrong tree. He damn sure can't charge that man for what he did because it don't give the burglar the right to come in there like that. All that shit is fugazi. And what people need to realize is, you can't just like check the system when they do this type of shit, the judge, anybody, whoever made the decision to try to charge this man with first degree murder should be countersued for violating their oath of office because the two damn things don't go together whatsoever. And the man got a right to defend himself, period. What state was this in?
I do believe this is I think Oklahoma.
Oklahoma got some good gun laws. As a matter of fact, I think that under any other circumstances, that burglar would have got blown out of his fucking shoes and it just would have just been okay. That would have been a
Yeah.
legal, righteous thing to do because the cop would have shot him. And don't nobody never say this shit in court. If a cop would have shot that dude, everybody okay to shoot him, or something is wrong with the system. Period. A cop
Well, let
would
me
have
say,
shot his ass.
yeah, I definitely believe a cop may have shot him, but they may have gave him some slack because he was white. But let me just say this. They charged a black shop owner with growing marijuana without a license to add insult to injury.
Okay, so they did try to charge him with that too.
Yes.
Man, if anything can stick, it might be that depending on the logistics behind that state and they marijuana growing laws and all of that shit. That man might have been in the wrong with that, but it's got nothing to do with the shooting though. They gotta take the shooting off the table.
Hey,
Right.
okay.
Off
So
the
you know a
table.
little bit. You know a little bit, right? So don't he still got the right to protect his property even without the marijuana involved?
Yeah, yeah, and I'm not sure about the state of Oklahoma, but I'm almost certain that he could have defended himself if a dude would have tried to move past him to run through his car and run through his glove box. This could have been a situation about him arguing over trying to keep this dude out of his car in the parking lot, and he could have shot him. So
Yeah.
like for the circumstances with him being on a private
On his
business,
property.
come on, man. Yeah, it's his property. He got a right to defend that shit with his life and with his gun. Anything other than that, man, these cops need to the judge and the lawyers, whoever brought that shit to the courtroom like that, you can't just tell them they're wrong. You have to then charge them so that other people are scared to make these bogus claims. It's a bogus claim, and they shouldn't even feel comfortable with trying that shit.
Well, let me say this, Trey. The man tried to break into the cannabis store the night
Uh huh.
before. Does that have anything to do with this case? Because I feel like that this guy may have, the night before, he must have made a police report. And he may have let it slip and said, well, he better hope he don't come in here while I'm in here. I'm gonna kill him.
Right.
So that made it, if he said some shit like that, that makes it premeditated.
Premeditated, yes,
He was in
sir.
there waiting on the guy to come back so he can kill him. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm thinking that the prosecutors may be they mind frame when they charged him with first degree murder. Well, you knew the guy was coming back and you waited for him and he came back and you killed him.
You could always.
Cold-blooded murder. That's a cold-blooded murder though, Trey.
That's what they could try to say, but at the same time, though, like I couldn't imagine whether the woman was black or white. And if it was a white woman, it'd probably be easier to make this claim. But if a woman thought that she's being stalked and somebody made an attempt on her, tried to grab her or chased her to her apartment, and she went out and got a gun the next day, and that motherfucker came back and she shot him, they would be like, you scared the fuck out of her, so she got ready. You tried her and you realized she was ready.
Yeah.
They would never charge that woman to be like, well, you left your window open on a nice breezy summer night and he came through the window. We kind of think you
Make a
set him
good
up.
point.
Fuck all that.
He make a good
Fuck all
point.
that.
Let me ask you this, Nutty. Is this racially motivated charges?
Of course. You know I'm gonna say yeah.
Why would they be racially motivated?
Had the shoe been on the other, I mean, we seen it time and time again. A black man just look at somebody the wrong way and he get smoked, right? To stand your ground, Zimmerman, and all of this shit. This man actually broken this white man actually broken this black man property to steal from him. And he got, come on, man. Yeah. Hell
Well,
yeah.
you do make a great point, Trey, because if this was a private residence, I think it would have went over a little bit easier,
Yeah.
you know. But even I don't remember shopkeepers being arrested like in LA when Chinese people were shooting black people, like, you know.
Nope.
Never.
Like
No.
even a gas station employee that has a pistol, if he uses it in the gas station, it's like he's protecting the gas station, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You think these charges are stick, Trey?
I don't think them charges gonna stick, and they shouldn't stick. And as soon as they don't stick, whoever uttered that shit in the courtroom, as if they hoped that it would stick, needs to be charged for trying to play that dumb shit.
What you think about it, Nutty?
I hope they don't stick. But these folks got a way of making shit stick when it ain't legit. You know what I'm talking about? Man,
I
if
mean,
he
I
don't
mean,
play his cards right and he don't got a good defense behind him, it's a good chance it's gonna stick.
it might stick because I mean, you never really know, and I do believe that the shit is racially motivated. But I mean, for anybody who don't know me, I had to tell you, racially motivated injustices, to me, will never be solved by begging them to not think and feel like that because racists, child traffickers, people who want to sell dope and get the best cover that society has to offer, all of them creeps are going to run to law enforcement and government jobs so they can hide there. So when you tell me that some racist shit is going on in the justice system, then I go, yeah, because motherfuckers over there selling dope. They ain't racist, but they selling dope. Or they not racist, but they trafficking children. Every kind of creep from all walk of life is gonna find their way to that government business. My issue is get rid of all their asses. They all gotta go. Government needs to be revamped so much that it looks like a revolution around this bitch. And I can't ignore that part. We can get to the racism. That's like number 4 on the list for me. But way before you get to my top 3, you're gonna see me say, get rid of the fucking government in the position that they're in right now. That's like step number 1 or 2. And
Right.
then when racists can't hide, then we won't have this discussion like, yo, was this racially motivated? And is racism in in an unjust system going to get this black man thrown the print? Man, all that shit will go away because racism will just get called out because every man is a man. But we give them this illusion of authority where they believe that they can charge him for it, that they can even say this dumb shit. And then they charge him with it like it's going to stick. And then they going to put it through a trial like it might stick at the end of the trial. Fuck all of that. All that shit's stupid. We gotta stop making these cops feel that they can get involved in the way that they do about anything, even a fucking murder, a justified murder, if you ask me. In the case of a burglary, this should be an open and shut case.
Yeah.
What? No cop would have to fucking justify what the fuck he did. Not in the morning. That shit would have been squashed over with by the morning.
Yeah.
Wow.
And really, if it would have been a black cop that charged him or a black cop in a situation that kind of mirrors this one, they would cut that nigga some slack because the cops think they are brothers regardless of their race. That's us out here doing that. That's why we got to get rid of their ass so all the racists will have nothing to hide behind. Then we're going to see where they at.
Go ahead, Nutty.
I mean, like it's valid because like Trayvon, what was he doing?
No,
Trayvon Martin, what was he doing?
minding his fucking
Welcome.
business.
Yeah.
And what did Zimmerman say he did?
I'm not sure what he said he did. He was looking suspicious.
He was
That's
looking
what Trey.
suspicious, so he smoked him. And that man got off scot-free, didn't get charged with no first-degree murder, none of that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Not even manslaughter.
He hunted
You know-
that boy down. The cops told him not to pursue him, and he kept on pursuing.
And he kept pursuing him. So don't that sound premeditated after they
That
told him not to and he kept doing it? Come on, man. But he got
That's
away with it.
perfect.
I
Yeah.
want to see what the outcome of this going to be.
We need to start a GoFundMe for this black man, like they do for everybody. Every white person that murdered a black person has a GoFundMe. Looking at you, man, out there, you strapped up the way you strapped up. It brings me to Chicago. Now, I don't know if y'all know about this, but the rapper known as Lil Reese, aka the Grim Reaper, he was shot in Chicago. Now, right now, I'm getting reports that he's in stable condition. But it appears that Lil Reese, along with 2 other men, was shot. It was a vehicle that was stolen there at the scene of the crime that was riddled with bullets. And also, this is Lil Reese's second time getting shot within the last couple of years. Now, before they caught him, look, this the surprising part. They caught him downtown Chicago in a parking garage. I don't know if it was like a drug deal going bad or the ops followed him or anything like that. But, the gun violence in Chicago is just terrible, man. You know, it was like 40 something people that got shot over last weekend, and 5 people died out of those 40 people that were shot. Trey, I'm gonna ask you this: do you think having more guns in a place like Chicago is bringing the violence up, or is having more guns the solution?
I think I think in general, more guns make people a little safer. But when you put in the savagery that comes behind some of the environment that's out there in Chicago, it's going to appear that it's making it worse. But to me, I feel like we just weeding out things in a more natural state of justice. For example, if somebody smoked my cousin or my brother, and then this nigga beat the trial, or they never caught him, and he's still rolling around making threats to him and his guys and all that shit, I'm probably gonna carry a gun, and I'm not gonna really care what the law says, and ain't nobody gonna be able to talk me out of it, because I'm thinking, this is my life. I'm not laying down my life for nobody, and I don't care what nobody else say, bro. This is what it's gonna be, man. And to that, I can't be mad at that. I can't be mad at that. I don't know how to tell this nigga, don't do that.
The
I don't know
word
how to do
vigilante
that.
come to mind.
What's that, Nutty?
The word vigilante comes to mind when you say things like that.
Yeah, and to me, some people feel like that's a bad thing. But to
Yeah,
me, if a man is going to attack me or take my life or take my brother's life or my child's life or some shit like that, a cop that's willing to jump in and die or kill somebody over that situation, like, you a third party, you ain't even emotionally hurt. You operate like a robot trying to get your paycheck. That shit hurt me. Nature says I'm supposed to do that. And that's just the way I feel. And some people think that's not right, but man, fuck that.
right,
That's my business. That's not his business. Why he all gung ho ready to kill or be killed over it? Why can't I be? I'm supposed to
right.
numb that shit. I can't do it, bro. I don't get none of that. So in a sense, man, the shit that's going on in Chicago, like, that shit's crazy. I think it sucks, and I think people need to remove themselves from that. But if somebody smoke my cousin, I'm gonna feel some type of way, and I'm not sure if anybody gonna be able to talk me out of that. I don't even think it's anybody else's business.
Hey Trey, when you say remove themselves from that, what do you mean?
Get out that environment, change your circle of friends, move out of Chicago or areas where you being hunted down like that. Because a lot of these dudes is waiting for this retaliation or for the, oh, I'm mad at your brother, I can't get him, I'll get you. And all that shit sound legit for when a motherfucker be like, that's my environment, I better carry this fucking gun, even if I'm risking 2 to 5. I don't really care. What if I'm 6 feet in the fucking dirt? For thinking this nigga gonna kumbaya cause you kumbaya me, and I'm thinking, man, I ain't gonna carry no gun. But my ops ain't listening to you. Now my life is in danger. Man, fuck all that. I
Yeah,
can't.
Facts.
I
you
don't.
know,
I don't. You gotta leave.
I feel you, Trey, hold on. I feel you when you say people should move up out of that environment. You know what I'm saying? Because when you look at Lil Reese, not only was he shot twice, but he was also jumped and shitted on himself.
Yeah, he got Crohn's disease or something, though. That'll make him do that regardless. So in a
Oh,
fight or situation, yeah, that might happen.
wow. You know, just to think about something like that, you know,
Yeah,
this
what
guy needs
exactly?
to get the hell up out of there.
Yeah, look, I'm in here. I'm in Cedar Rapids. If a nigga shoot at me, I'm probably going to move. And if he's still alive, I'm probably gonna move. If it's that serious, he got guys, and I know how they get down. I'm probably gonna move. Cause I'm gonna be thinking, you're gonna get me one day, or I'm gonna get you. The situation gonna look shady. The best way to survive that, whether you kill somebody or be killed, is to leave that place where the confrontation don't happen. I don't know what else to tell anybody.
Yeah, I do think that all the rappers in Chicago need to get the hell up out of Chicago because
Yeah.
just like Boosie said that most rappers get murdered in their own cities.
Oh yeah, yeah, hell yeah.
You know, he said people are hypnotized with hatred. You know, he said you got your girlfriend, his girlfriend listening to you, his kids listening to you, his mama listening to you, the radio playing you. You know, people get hypnotized with hatred.
Yeah,
Now,
Yeah.
that Grim Reaper nickname that DJ Academics gave Lil Reese may have been one of the worst things that he could ever do, you know, because now he got to live up to being the Grim Reaper.
he marked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And, you know, when you got brothers that got to live up to certain heights and, you know what I'm saying, larger than life type figures like the Grim Reaper, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People want to test you a little bit more. You think that's Trey?
Yeah. That's true. And Yeah, hell yeah, that's true. And like I got some weird perspectives, man. So what I'm about to say might not sit easy with you and other people. This is how I feel. There's a certain acceptance of life that I have, where I can understand how an 18-year-old kid will enlist in the army to leave this country to set foot on foreign land, knowing that he might get killed. They might not even recover his fucking body. Right? That's what he know he facing. It could be that bad. He signs up with pride and leaves the fucking country for the first time in his life to go fight in another fucking country, fight people he don't even know. That kind of warrior spirit is going to exist in some men, and in some men you got to be real specific in the environment in which he brings that out. And when you talk about the way guys get down here in the streets and how sometimes they accept it and almost glorify it, to me I'm feeling like if you trying to glorify your warrior spirit over something somebody did to your brother, bro, it's motherfuckers getting patted on the back for being willing to kill other people in foreign countries for reasons that's classified. The army and the military don't even tell
Yeah,
them why. Like,
yeah,
if you gonna pat him on the back, I'm gonna salute this dude who say my brother got killed last summer and the killer's still out here and I'm not fucking going. Man, I ain't
yeah,
mad at that boy. He should
yeah,
leave. It wasn't happening, but I'm not mad at him. I don't know what else to do.
What do you
yeah.
think about people that has assassination attempts on their life that stay in places like Chicago? Why won't they just leave? That makes common sense, right?
That pride for what where he came from, might be feeling like he let his family down, might not be financially willing to do it or emotionally willing to break his ties with Chicago. And with all of that, he might just come to the acceptance that, hey, yo, they gonna gun me down one day, and if I care that much, I will leave. Me staying here is defining how much I care, and I'm still here because I don't care. I've accepted that shit, and I just be like, man, that's your life, man. What am I gonna do?
What you
I
got to
mean,
say
life.
about the violence in Chicago, Nutty?
Hey man, what can I say after that? He just like he just summed it all up in a nutshell. Like, only thing I could do is add like why people probably don't leave. Like, I know a lot of my niggas that stuck out there in them trenches. They comfortable. They don't know nothing else. And some people love their comfortability and they don't like change. So they'll deal with the environment. Like he said, you know what I mean?
And it's sad, man, and I wish that they wouldn't do that. But I mean, pay Sarah, Sarah, man. I mean,
People get
this
people get complacent, bro. You know what I mean? And they don't know nothing else. Like they ain't seen nothing else. So
the shit that we talking about right now, we could have had this conversation in in ancient China or that whole entire Asian continent over there when Genghis Khan was running his shit and doing his shit. Like,
yeah,
war is just a part of human reality, and some motherfuckers, like I do for my own fucking political reasons and shit, some niggas get out here and go, where the smoke at? Where the smoke at? Where? Because I'm not going there for it. And that's how some people feel, you know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel about my shit. And some people feel like that about the streets, man. And hey, man, that's just life, man. I'm just accepting the fact that this is just what happened, man.
Let's switch gears just a little bit, Trey. Have you heard about the gas shortage on the East Coast?
Yeah. The fuck?
What do you think about that? Oil company was actually hijacked by internet thugs that took over their systems, and they actually paid a $5 million ransom.
Look, man. That's a multi-billion-dollar deal, and they fucking with some very powerful people when they do that shit. You think, number one, all they wanted was 5 mil. Number two, if they actually paid it, who they pay it to, they can find who the fuck that is and get that
yeah,
money. All of this shit's stupid. In the meanwhile, you know what else happened in the meantime? Gas prices went way the fuck up. So what they saying is, since they fucking our shit up, we're gonna make the consumers pay for that. They are making record number profits while this is going on. So I don't trust whoever benefited from this shit. Why the fuck the gas prices go up? They should have took that shit on the chin like some real motherfuckers for the people and said, if there's going to be a loss, these oil companies making billions of dollars every year on the backs of all these people, because everybody out here is a fucking customer. Who out here not a fucking customer? They out here getting dope. Why they profit from the crisis? Fuck everybody involved, if you ask me. Fuck all of them. I don't trust
price
nobody.
gouging. Price
I don't
gouging.
trust hackers. I don't trust the gas companies. Fuck everybody.
What you think about the $5 million ransom, Nutty?
$5 million.
$5 million to the
Ha ha.
gas.
Hey, what
Come
do you
on,
say? $5 million. Ah.
come on. That's how they looking that. $5 million. That ain't nothing. That's what in the beginning of the COVID, they dropped the gas all the way down to $1. Now this shit up to like $3, $3.50. If you can drop it to $1, then that shit don't really mean nothing. That $5 million ain't nothing. Why would you take it out on the consumers for $5 million? Get the fuck out of here. It's some bullshit.
All right, it's another thing that's going on with this story. We got a lot of pictures over the internet of white people hoarding gas. Like it was a picture on the internet of a burnt up Hummer, and they said that this guy had 25 gas containers in his vehicle and lit a cigarette.
Wow, stupid ass.
They go to people's again. There they go again. Right.
Yeah.
They said this guy here fucking you know what I'm saying, lit a cigarette, bro. What you think, Nutty?
Idiot.
About the hoarding gas part.
Okay. He's an idiot for
Hey, we finna. I'm sorry to interrupt, but we finna spice the show up. I think he is finna come over here and talk to me. Let's see what's happening.
Yeah.
You finna come over and talk to you?
Yeah.
Okay, yep. Well, we here. We all eyewitnessing what's going on.
Take a look at him too. You think this dude would ever say anything to me without his uniform and his badge? Look at him.
Well,
You think this dude would ever say anything to me other than that? Nah. What's up, man? Yeah. What would you be IDing me for? I mean, but that's legal though, right?
Yeah, I'm just saying that. Okay, awesome.
Here they go.
with that bullshit.
I do understand. So, and I'm actually doing a podcast right now. So you live on the podcast right now. So, what's your name and bad number? Also 1204. That's him. Okay, so since discomfort in the public can't force me to identify myself, just like me being black on the corner in 1950 could arouse. Can I finish real quick?
Yeah.
In the 50s, 40s, 50s, me being black, anywhere in public could arouse suspicion, and you guys would get called, and it couldn't be a reason why something was wrong. It had to be like actually something wrong. So as long as this is legal, and I know that I'm legal, and I've been through this a bunch of times, so I'm going to verbally refuse unless you tell me what's going to happen if I actually refuse to identify myself. What would happen there?
No,
Nothing? Okay.
you don't want to come to your spots up to you.
Nah,
I'm just negotiating.
yeah, I'm good. Yeah. I mean, I do this all the time.
Yeah.
So, okay. So I would like to verbally refuse to identify
Yeah, that's
myself.
fine.
I don't want no trouble though. So if there's going to be trouble, I'll do that because I don't
I'm
want
not
to.
here to cause trouble. Okay? I just get called. Just send me a call. I go out, check out what's going on.
Okay.
We got another one walking up, Nutty.
Look how I see him. Look how he handling it though.
Yeah.
Sound good?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. As long as everything's cool, it's cool. But
Are you Trey Johnson?
Trey Allen, actually. Yeah. Let's just get it out there because y'all, I've called multiple times. I've done this, no joke, like 30 times. So. I used to, but then I stopped doing that because I did that to soften you guys up. And then when I called, and you guys went, "Oh, hey Trey, you doing this again, huh? At least the weather's nice today." Ha ha ha. When you started doing that, I was like, "Why the hell am I calling? I'm not calling you guys anymore. You know who I am." So I was like, "No, I'm not gonna call."
That was my.
Okay. Yeah. So I just wanted to verbally refuse, and if that's not okay, then I'll identify myself. So.
Well, we already pretty much know.
Okay.
I respect you. Yeah?
Oh, yeah. I'm good.
I'm doing okay?
Yeah, you too. Yeah.
What do you run for an optic stuff?
Oh, some little cheap little thing my girlfriend saw online. I was like, I'll buy it.
Alright.
It's like 1 to 4, so it's not even that powerful.
What do you got up the red dot up top?
Oh, that's a holographic red dot, yeah. Yeah. It kind of came with the package deal to show you like how low key it is. I mean, like, yeah, it was a package deal.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, have a good one, man.
Yeah, you too, man.
Whew, I was shaking in my boots, baby. Shaking in my boots.
I wasn't.
Hey, Trey, you handled that shit like a gentleman.
The finesse game like that though.
Whew, I was shaking in my boots, baby.
almost wanted to invite them to just stay and like kick some shit with us so I could tell them like how stupid their job is because as you see, both of them, man, look, without that badge and that uniform and that illusion of protection, these dudes would never come check me about nothing ever in their life, bro. About nothing.
I
Hey,
know what
About
you're saying.
it's
hey,
like
that
fuck.
that illusion you talking about. So they wrote a book about this. Philip Zimbardo. It's called the Lucifer Effect. If you ever get a chance, check it out. Those
I'm
glasses, those them badges, them vests, that make you
yeah,
feel Supermanish. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
They actually did a study, like lab ratted these dudes out, and it was
yeah,
bad, bro. It was bad, bro.
yeah. There's a certain vibe you get when you come out here dressed like that. That's why I'm trying to
Yeah,
create this here. That's why I'm trying to create this vibe right here so that they know that what they think they see in themselves with the armor, the guns, the crew, you know what I'm saying, all moving to one tune. I'm trying to make a movement out here like that so they can when they see me, they're gonna be like, it's Trey and 40 niggas that feel like him. So when
Right,
they see me by myself, they still see me and 40 niggas. Even if I'm by myself, they be like, we know there's 40 niggas. We know it's 40 of y'all. Right?
right,
That's why when you see
right.
one cop, it can be a female cop, she can be 5'3". She'll come bully an entire crowd of gorilla ass niggas that will pound her into the fucking concrete without that badge. But when she come out here like that, she can hurt these niggas like cattle. They
Yeah.
gonna do what the fuck she say because of that uniform, and I think that's crazy.
yeah.
Cause
Ah.
they selling dope and trafficking motherfuckers and killing niggas for niggas behind that shit. They
Well,
doing all
I can't lie. My heart skipped a beat when they walked up,
nigga.
especially when the other guy walked up. He was walking kind of fast.
I thought that shit was funny. Yeah, he was trying to get up that fast, but both of them like so soft, and I can tell by when he was talking to me, man. Like they know just as well as I do. It's their occupation that gave them the balls to ever come talk to me. And for real, they gun ain't even enough. Because if he had the gun but not his badge, he still wouldn't have said nothing. He'd have kept going because I got one too.
Yeah.
Right.
Huh?
Hey, well, guess what, Trey? Um, the way you handled the situation was real. Like that was sweet, man. That was the way you handled it because you said even though you knew you were doing nothing illegal, so they did not have the right to get your ID. You didn't argue or fuss with them about that particular point. You actually said that, well, if it's gonna cause some trouble, I will give you my ID, but I will rather say no right now at this moment.
Yeah, then he said, okay, you don't got to identify yourself, not with my ID, but then he said my name, though, because he knew who I was. He said it was the first time that he had to deal with me, but you knew who I was, though. So he just wanted to be the one to make the contact with me so he could say he walked up on me. Dude looks soft as fuck. He wouldn't even bring his girl around him because he know what happened. Like, he's soft like that. Like, out that uniform, man, this dude, my 17-year-old son will scrape this dude.
So you
Will walk
basically just
up
gave
that
them something to talk about for the day. I walked up on Trey.
and this motherfucker told me no. Hey, Lo, you said you had a little bit of a shake to you. So did that cop. He was a bitch. He was a punk. Soft as
Yeah, man.
hell.
I didn't want to see them take you down on camera, man. So like, get on the ground. I ain't want to see you on the. This what I got to go through.
Hey, but I got a question though. What did he first say he was coming to harass you about? Public discomfort or some shit?
Yeah, and I was like, that ain't no reason. It got to actually be something wrong. I could have been black in public, and that could have caused some fucking discomfort, and you would have told them, niggas is free, right? So we not going there because there's nothing wrong. You got to do the same thing about this gun shit. They just get scared about the gun shit. It's like, man, get the fuck out of here. Y'all got guns.
So do they get harassed for public discomfort when they come through our areas with their guns out and their badges? Like you say, one bitch hurting 50 niggas. Do we get do we get
We should be able to. As a matter of fact, I told somebody, and if I would have had my wits about me, I would have did it when he walked up. But I told somebody, next time a cop approached me, I'm gonna be like, yo, could you disarm yourself or pass me your gun for my safety? I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable. And they're gonna look at me like I'm stupid. I'm gonna be like, that's what you would have fucking told me. We not finna play these mind games, bro. They not finna play no mind games with me. That's why I told his ass, I'm going to verbally refuse unless he gets me into it. And that's a legal trick.
the rights to bear arms?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's illegal treatment. Like we got to scare me into it. Because if I
Right.
give in after I tell him that he scared me into it, and then he convinced me to give in, then not only is he violating my rights, but he's gonna have to admit that he scared me into doing it.
Wow. Let's get back to the people, all the white folks that's hoarding the gas, man. You know
Oh
what I'm
yeah.
saying? Why do you think they're hoarding gas? And will this do, are they hoarding other things? Because you got to remember, in the beginning of COVID, we couldn't even find tissue.
Right.
Hoarding gas is one thing. Will they start, do you think I need to stock up on tissue, Trey?
I mean, no, but I think just like we seen with the tissue crisis, I think they did the same thing with the gas thing right here. It's
So
just,
black people ain't wrong by not hoarding gas like white people.
nope, nope, I don't think so. Just like that toilet paper shit, that shit went right over our motherfucking heads and wasn't nothing wrong. And I ain't heard nobody talking about they ass was shitty and there was nothing they can do about it. And they got all kind of sores and fucking health issues. But I
I had to use a
ain't,
face towel.
ain't nobody suffer that shit. And everybody was fucking nuts. And it's the same thing with this gas shit. I don't buy it at all. It's all a money thing, man. They want all your money right now. That's all it was. Let's
So
get
you,
7 days of scaring their ass and they give us this fucking money right now. That's all that
hey,
was.
hey Trey, so do you think that the guys got more than $5 million that hacked the gas company?
Oh yeah, they probably made $1 billion in a day or two of that shit. So that 5 million ain't nothing. I don't believe none of that shit. Who would be smart enough and got the balls enough to do that to
For
actually
5 million.
and then only want 5 mil? You can blow 5 mil buying you a house, your mama house, a few cars, and tricking off. That $5 million would be fucking going. They wouldn't have did that for no five. If that was me, I would have wanted $500 million. I would have shook the
Mm,
world. I want $500 million fucking dollars because they can do that. And they
Yeah.
were that about these motherfuckers and they couldn't stop them and they didn't know who it was. $500 million ain't too much to ask for. I want 500 with an M on it. Anybody who
mm,
did all of that crazy ass, super duper ass hacking shit and asked for 5 mil, they some bitches. They stupid. They just
yeah,
wasted a whole motherfucking effort. They wasted that shit. And they finna go to jail.
yep. Hey, I can see $100 million.
I would
You
have been
know,
stupid at 500. I stupid. And then I let them negotiate me down to 100 mil.
I mean, and you can, cause them people. Hey, remember the golf spill with the BP motherfucker, the British Petroleum?
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
you know how much money they had to pay to clean that up, and then the United States ended up giving them like a bonus to bring more gas because that gas got fucked because they fucked the pipeline up, bro. So they ain't missing no money, man.
Nah, nah, nope.
Dude was
They not.
playing golf. Dude was playing golf on the boat while they was cleaning up that shit. You know what I'm saying? The owner of the BPs. Like, get the hell
Yeah,
out of here, man.
Hey, well,
that's
check
it.
this out. Check this out right here, guys. Hold on one second. Hackers. Let's get on hackers, right? All right. So, I read a news report that some hackers actually hacked the police department and was putting out information as far as what cops live at, things of that nature, and they were threatening to put out informant information. This
Ooh,
hacking. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I think this
ooh.
was in Los Angeles or something like that. Like it's going on now. And the
Yeah.
Yeah,
police didn't say nothing. The police didn't say nothing about it for a while. They didn't mention it to the public for a while. We were not informed about this particular situation. Now they were talking about giving out information of informants, government informants, police informants, and what you think that'll do to the community?
Shit.
Shit. So the rat's gonna be able to walk around
The
still.
rats walking around right now, and ain't nobody really doing nothing to them for real, for real. I see rats get more play than real niggas nowadays, bro, and I ain't gonna even cap. You can be a rat, long as your bread up. A nigga gonna say he ain't tell on me. Goof ass shit. Like I see it every day. Ain't don't know
yeah,
that's why that information wasn't. That's why that information wasn't put out because it don't mean nothing no more. This ain't the '60s when niggas was getting their head snitches get stitches, getting their head chopped off for telling this shit. Nah, nigga. This the
yeah.
2000 niggas don't give a fuck about no rat niggas. Niggas riding with rats.
Wow.
Yeah.
What you think about the police being hacked, Trey?
I think the thing with the police informants, all their information being leaked too. I don't know how I really feel about that. I mean, that's either way. I'm more enticed by the fact that police names and addresses is being put out there in the public because they try and force us to walk around with IDs to identify ourselves at all times. They actually say that they weren't going to force people to identify themselves unless there's a crime, and then you gotta identify yourself. Like I just told this cop that just ran up on me. But at the same time, they put license plates, they make you pay for it, but they put the license plates on your car so they can identify you when you move your vehicle without
Yeah.
you ever knowing that they're doing it and before you even been accused of a fucking crime. So if they gonna put the cops' address and names and birthday and wedding anniversary out there, they didn't fucking put all that shit out there. I wanna know all that shit. Fuck them. And if that turned out to be bad news for one of them, I don't even care. They know where I live at. Well, I don't know where they live at. I don't care. I think it's funny.
Wow. Hey, man, you're a pretty entertaining guy, especially when it comes to political views. Hey,
Man.
I heard you said that you wanted to start a podcast.
Yeah, well, what I've been working on, man, is a documentary about my open carry shit, man. Talking about my life, how I got this way, and what event happened in my life that made me look to government to ask, fuck the courts and fuck the cops. What is this government shit? What are y'all? What is this? And when I did that, man, my eyes opened up and I ain't never looked back, man. And I want to put all of that in my documentary, and I'm gonna put it on YouTube.
Wow, that sounds great, man. You got to make me a part of it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
You
for
got to
sure,
make me
man.
a part of it. We got to
For
be a
sure.
part of it. Hey, we're a team, man. Let's see. Check this out. Joe Budden. Y'all know Joe Budden? Have you heard
Yeah.
of Joe Budden, the rapper? All right, so he had a podcast, right? And when a couple of weeks ago, his guys left the podcast. His two guys that he worked with left the podcast because they say that Joe Budden was being disrespectful to those two guys, right? Now,
Yeah.
I was like, well, it's called the Joe Budden podcast. Why do you want to look at the books? You know what I'm saying? If I got a guy that's doing all the footwork, he says, I'm gonna pay you this for a podcast. Every episode you get, let's just say $300. And I say, okay, well, let's do that for a year. Sign a contract on that, right? So I'm getting $300 doing 2 or 3 podcasts a week. You know what I'm saying? So that's just that. But when, goddamn it, Joe Budden said that in the contract that
Beefy boy.
yeah, he's beefy. Yeah, that's real heat right there, man. That's real Miami Vice style. That's the shit they got out the trunks in the real Miami Vice with Jamie Foxx.
Hey, in my past life, I'd have hated to see you coming, boy.
So the thing about Joe Budden is in their contract, he made it where they can't do another podcast for a year after exiting the Joe Budden show. I was like, that's some snake shit. Because, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are your guys, man. Even, why would you put that in a contract for a podcast? All y'all doing is talking about, is having a conversation amongst men. So why would you
Yeah.
put that you can't do another show for you? That made me look at Joe Budden and say, Joe Budden was really on some snake shit. Now, I don't agree that they had to look at the books. If Joe Budden's out there getting all the contracts, that's what he's doing. You under contract for $500 an episode. You know what I'm saying? But Joe Budden making millions. But you are a worker at that point where he told you how much you were getting paid per episode. But when he said that they couldn't do another podcast for a whole year, I was like, this nigga is a snake. He wrong for that, Nutty?
Yeah, he
Joe
wrong
Budden
for that.
wrong for one thing and one thing only, and that's for not allowing those brothers to continue a career in podcasting after they left him. That's like what a bitch do. If I can't fuck with you, then ain't nobody else gonna fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, that's like breaking when a chick break up with you, they keep the kids from you and shit.
yeah, like come on. At the same time, you right. Y'all signed up for a paycheck, nigga. You didn't do no footwork. Like, honestly, if we agree to this, that's what it is, bro. That's you can't get You can't get your personal relationship and your business relationship mixed up. You got to learn how to separate, and you got to know your position. You know what I'm saying? If you signed up to be the fucking chef on the boat and not the captain of the boat, then nigga, you the chef. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I think that shit wrong. And as a matter of fact, like I think some shit that go in that way like that can only go that way when people sign the contract. They should have called him out on that off top, or they should have asked
Nutty, you
him.
seen it the same time I seen it, huh? Did you see the bullet bracelet, man? The same time that I saw it.
Oh,
I saw your eyes get big.
yeah. Hey, I don't need no ice. I like this right here. It's cool with me.
A bullet bracelet.
Hey,
Okay,
his name
okay.
is Rambo. Don't run out of ammo. He got it.
Well, yeah, let's get back to that Joe Budden shit. You feel like what, Trey, as far as that clause in the contract?
Niggas shouldn't have signed that shit. They should have called him out for like the feminist off shit that it took for him to write that in the contract. I would have been like, nigga, what you trying to do?
But did they even read the contract? You know, niggas don't read it. Just sign it.
Yeah,
right.
That's true too.
And they was probably feeling like, man, what's that about? Ain't nobody worried about that. And then
that's later my man. He don't mean nothing by it.
Yeah. The logistics. This just legal shit. It's like nah. I can let nobody do me like that.
Right, because I'm the type of person I can say, all right, Nutty, you want to start a show? That's great. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to give you a little bit. Because this one thing that Kevin Samuels said the other day. Kevin Samuels said that it's enough money out here for everybody on YouTube. Everybody can get whatever. It depends on how you hustle. You know what I'm saying? How your hustle is and how many people you got paying attention to your shit. That's what it depends on. It doesn't depend on how many people are saturating the market, because some people gonna fail, some people gonna succeed.
Yeah.
Regardless. So why wouldn't Joe Budden let his guys do a podcast when they're not on the show with him? It just don't make no sense to me. It just really made me look at him, because at first I was like, this is the Joe Budden show. It's called the Joe Budden podcast. He already had this shit going before those two guys came along. I've never heard of those two guys until the Joe Budden podcast. Now they sidekicks on the Joe Budden podcast, but I started giving Joe the side eye, bro, when he came out with that part about the contract, and they came. I said, what type of shit is that? I would encourage my niggas to start a show. Start your own show, man. You know what I'm saying?
That would have been part of breaking up the business deal between them. I would have started off by being like, you a man, you gonna figure it out, go out there, get your own shit. This ain't working. And then it would have been like that. You know what I'm saying? But how you gonna say, you ain't gotta go home, but you gotta get the fuck out of here? You know what I'm saying? How you give them that and then be like, and don't speak on shit for a year? It's like, what? What type of shit is that? I would have to ask Joe, what did you hope to accomplish by doing that? What are you trying to prevent by doing that?
Right. That's what I don't understand.
Competition.
But what type of competition is some guys that he put on? He's supposed to put people on.
I mean,
why would you even have them on the show if you don't want to put them on?
At the same time, think of it like I said in the beginning. That's what bitches do. So when a nigga leave a bitch or a bitch leave a nigga, she want all her shit back. She don't want you to succeed once you leave her.
Yeah.
Yep.
Crash and burn. Yeah.
Oh wow.
And for real, like, yeah, man, like Joe soft for that, man. And the only way to fight against a man that bullshit you with his ego like that is to never sign a contract like that in the first place. So Joe probably feeling like, 'cause, I mean, this is an old maxim in Roman law that you can see spread out across this whole country, because this is how this country operates, and they proven it to be true. And this old maxim in Roman law says, "For thee who can be fooled, let him." Meaning, you play the fool, you gonna justify that shit by playing the fool. The only way to make that shit not cool is if you say, "I'm not your fool," and then that defines it. So whoever signed that shit, Joe's probably be like, "You signed this, you a sucker, so I'm gonna play you like one. 1 year, bro, you grounded. You grounded." Like,
so basically, to break your shit down for the niggas to understand it, Joe say, if you see a sucker, lick a sucker.
Yeah. and these niggas is suckers, and he went, they let me do it. The fuck you think?
Hey,
Yeah.
if he had that in the contract, I just know he had an NDA in the contract. You know what I'm saying? You niggas can't even talk about me afterwards. You know what I'm saying? You
Probably
can't
can't
even
talk about.
mention nothing about the show.
Yeah,
That's
that's when
crazy,
niggas
bro.
go. That's when niggas go write a book and change the names of the characters in the book. It's just niggas say
Hey,
Joe's a
hey,
ass.
hey, Lo, I'm reading all contracts, nigga. I don't want to hear none of that shit.
Yeah, man. Hey, you gotta read all contracts, man, because you know it's a legal document. So
Yeah.
Trey, tell us about the show that you want to do.
What I want to do is break my shit down in episodes, basically starting at what made me come up with the hug the AR on the thing, how I came out here like this, and then just go through my life, things that I've been through in my personal life, growing up and all that shit, finding my manhood, my head on collision with the justice system, and all that, and I'm gonna break it down into episodes, man, and what I really hope to do, man, is with the editing, the music, you know what I'm saying? The sweeping panning shots. I want some drone shots oversee the rapids. I want to make this shit look like Netflix did it. I want people to watch it and be like, this ain't a Netflix production? I want it to look like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be lit, man. And there's a lot of shit I'm finna call out too as far as like the police system, man. And I'm gonna give away something that's not really a I'm not gonna fuck the show up with like a spoiler, but I am going to try to figure out how to charge individual police officers, judges, lawyers, and entire police departments with violating their oath to the Constitution, specifically U.S. Title 18, Section 242, which I think I can prove that every single one of them violated, and it can't be ignored, and I'm gonna find
Whoa,
it
whoa,
legal to charge everybody.
whoa. What is that you just said? Section 14. What does that mean? Break that down for us that don't know.
U.S. Title 18, Section 242 says that even if it's under the color of law, something that looks like a law that has been declared to be a law, none of that matters. If it violates natural rights and the original intentions of the Constitution, including the Bill of Rights, if it violates any of those things, the lawmakers and the enforcers are all considered felons because you got to use your common sense, your human decency and dignity, and a true understanding of the Constitution of this country to guide you through your employment if you're a government official or a law official. And if you cannot rise above the bullshit to say either I'm not going to follow this order or I fucking quit because it violates the Constitution, if you're not smart enough to do this, this is why being a cop is dangerous. Not because of the violence out here, but to tell people what to do and to stay in line with that oath of office is almost impossible. And I'm
Right.
going to prove that even if they say this is law, it ain't gonna save you, bro. If you violate that shit, you're a felon. You can't have a gun. You're fired. You can never be a cop again, and you're going to jail. And if you ever arrested anybody off that shit that was actually kidnapping while armed as a felon, you go to prison hard. And if you ever shot at anybody, killed anybody, and caused serious bodily harm, you get put to death. And that's what's supposed to happen to all these motherfuckers, so that anybody who steps up to the plate, you can trust them because they know they're gonna get fucked up. So it's time to show them that they supposed to get fucked up. Not by me, I ain't gonna hurt nobody, but by their own justice system, and that's gonna hurt. That's gonna
Are
hurt.
you Trey? Are you worried about retaliation?
About all of this jumping in like opposing the government like they killed King and X. Am I
Yeah,
worried about that?
yeah.
I used to be, but like I was saying earlier, there's this bottom line acceptance of certain things that I have in my life, including death. So I already know I'm gonna die. I don't want to die in a car accident. That'd be a waste of my life. I don't want to die from an illness or in my sleep or in a fucking house fire. That's a waste of my life. If I'm going to die, and I'm going to, it's going to be for me talking this shit. I would much rather it be that. So I ain't worried about death. I don't care about none of that shit. I don't care about none of that shit, bro. Really.
So
As
when's
a
the
matter
timeline? When is the timeline for you to start doing these things?
for me to start doing this, I kind of really wanted to line the whole motherfucking show up and hopefully get my fan base up on YouTube. And then when I do, then I'm gonna go hard. You know what I'm saying? So I would imagine, man, like next year, a year from now, I want to be literally filing charges on the entire police departments to call them into a courtroom and say, hey, let me show you how you might have violated that oath. Because state of Illinois legalize weed, and they don't think they're giving us more freedom than the Constitution. They think they are in line with the Constitution, which means anybody who arrested people for weed must be violated. Who arrested people over here in Iowa for weed? You violated the fucking Constitution, and I know you did. And you know you did. And when I do that, they can come for me if they want to, but it's not really gonna matter. I'm not gonna care.
Are you worried about violating YouTube's community standards and them taking your show down?
I don't give a fuck about YouTube either, because I got a slick trick for them that I learned from a chick who got a YouTube channel, and she ran that game good. And I say, oh, I'm doing this shit. And this is what she did. She will bleep out her words if she can't hold her tongue, or she will watch what she said and not say the key words that'll get her shit fucked up, and she'll just flash the words on the motherfucking screen. It makes it way harder for them to dig in to say that, oh, you violate this or that. So I might say, instead of saying law enforcement, I might change the public.
Stop. Don't give up the game, baby. Do your thing, baby.
Okay, right. I'm not worried about it. You right, Nutty. I'm not worried about it, bro. Either I'm going to dance around that shit or they can cancel me. But what they're not going to be able to do is cancel this motherfucking movement, and that's what movements are all about. And I don't care about none of that shit.
All right, man. That sounds great. Nutty, you got anything to say to close the show out?
Hey, man, peace, love. Carry guns.
Yeah.
Because if you can, do it. If you can't, then stand next to someone who can. You know what I mean?
That's the best thing to do. Yeah.
You got anything to say to close the show out, Trey?
Yeah, man, kind of like what Nutty said, man. Like my whole deal is RPM, man. That stands for resist political manipulation. Everybody on both sides, Democrat or Republican, they know they need to resist political manipulation because both of them think that the other side trying to manipulate the country with politics. I just think both of them right. All y'all trying to manipulate people, and the only thing you can ever do in life, regardless of anything I'm saying or what the law ever says or anybody ever says, what you do know is that the world is dangerous. Period. And then you got to ask yourself what you gonna do about it. This is what you do about it.
I love him, Lo.
You only got one life. Like, damn. Like, come on.
Hey, man.
You cool as hell, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, man. All I gotta say is, y'all brothers, man. Y'all are really doing something. With this internet game, man. This is the future. And we starting off not from the bottom, but not from the ground floor, but we starting off right in the middle of the building. So I want you to go ahead and start that channel. I want to keep doing interviews with you because, like I said, we're touching somebody. Somebody's getting knowledge off of the words that we speak. You know what I'm saying? And somebody's being reached. Somebody's heart's being touched off of the words that we speak. You might give somebody else the courage to do this in their city.
Yeah.
To let it be known that black men do own guns. We own firearms.
We don't got to be that scared of the police. We don't got to be that scared of them. Well, I mean, we got to worry, but not like they trying to make it look like, bro. It's not that scary. We should just come out here, especially in numbers, man. Especially with them plates on, boy. They're not going to fire because we're going to fire back. Maybe.
With that mask on. Let me see how that mask look, Trey. Let me see how that mask look, bro. That nigga scary. That nigga scary. That nigga is scary, boy. I'm gonna tell you that. That nigga is scary. He just got pulled over by the cops with the laser beam. Hey, when they was asking you about your sites and stuff like that, I was like, man, they finna try to find something illegal that, this site you can't have.
Nah, because it ain't no site I can't have. What he was trying to do was soften it up and not make it look like I just ran them out of there without them getting a chance to be friendly or to speak their piece or to express some level of humanity in them because they know they fucking robots. So he tried to ask me about my gun, trying to make me talk and smile and do that fucking bull. That's why I was like, nigga, the fuck out of here, man. I almost asked him, yo, if you want to talk, let's talk about your badge, bro.
Right. Hey, you should have put him on the show. Like, if you want to talk, let's talk about this podcast about cops killing unarmed blacks. While we on this black podcast talking about shit like that.
Right. Crazy.
Man, that was just crazy, man. Like I said, my heart skipped a couple of beats. I was like, oh my God, they really trying to take Buddy
Hey, I
down.
knew he had it from jump though, cause like his wordplay excellent. You know what I'm saying? The finesse
Yeah,
game excellent. He know how to handle himself. You know what I mean? Like I had no doubt that he was gonna get through that situation on top. You know what I mean?
yeah. Hell yeah.
You can
Trey,
see.
what do you do for fun, man? Go
Like
to
what
the
I
range.
Yeah, man, going to the range, hanging out with my kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I rap a little bit too.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and my rap shit sound like the way I talk. It sound a little street, a little political, good wordplay. I get my point across. I'm with the shits, boy.
Hey,
I think I'm.
we need that. We need a Tupac of this era, boy.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna do it. And no disrespect to the late great Tupac, but I'm gonna do it better than Pop. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Pop,
Yeah.
Pop, Pop with it. I mean, and the same thing with Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, legendary men. I mean, no disrespect to them, but one of them wanted to work with the system, the other wanted to be separated. I
Yeah.
say break the fucking system. It's supposed to be broken. That's how you get the payback for the slavery and everything that they doing to us and everybody, because they doing everybody. The only way to make it right is to break that shit.
All right. Following those words, man, I just want to say this. I appreciate you guys coming through, you know what I'm saying, and being part of the podcast, you know what I'm saying, letting people in the streets understand what we going through, what we talking about, how we feeling, you know, how
Yeah,
we looking, you know what I'm saying. You got to be on your P's and Q's everywhere you go. And you got to watch your back. You got to stay safe and
yeah,
just be peaceful, people. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
hell
man,
yeah.
I'm your host, Low from the Go. And like I said, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, just like Tyson.
Members with a Z, M.O.P.